I think that it's a beautifully put together composition, and the thing is, even when DK weren't good, over the last couple of years where they haven't been that World Championship team, they do the Twisted Fate pick comp so well.
And Cole, yep. And that has led to the experience lead that we see here as Xiu.
That's a lot of damage, as Zeus, under 100 health. Xiu not going to be able to tank up that turret forever. 20.
I know.
Whoa. It's time.
I got very close in 2021 and was then...
But instead it was
foiled by by the man across the rift, as we do have Zeus just TPing back. Okay, but as Mininar, he's definitely diveable when there is a Maokai on his screen.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly have a Narbar just yet. At least it can stack back up as he's trying to avoid these feathers as best he can. Grabs the cannon as well.
No one that it can actually answer. I think Showmaker's just going to port to the bot lane with his ultimate to deny too much going over. So good response there, but that means the moment he shows that Lucid isn't able. So that's going to be 5 grubs for Hanwha Life, and I think DK really would have liked those. So now there's even more pressure on them to actually get the dragon, because if they don't, you give over the grubs without really getting anything in return. As a Peanut, I think, trying to kind of keep hidden where he is for as long as possible so he could rotate over towards Dragon.
Without much tempo in this game, right? The confidence doesn't feel too high, but they're still going to go for this, as there's the flash just to try and interrupt. The chain CC comes through, but he's just so tanky. He's going all out to try and kill Xiu as well as Zeka. He's looking to come in and finish the job. The snapback should be there, and Xiu is just waiting for it. Knows that he's going to go down. A trade of top laners, but First Blood does go to DK. As aiming, he's going to have to cleanse, and Peanut gets out the flash as well. And win the map, though. They just haven't really been able to utilize their champions and their ability to be there faster than their opposition, unless they can do it now. As Peanut throws down the ulti, in comes Showmaker, but he's straight into the brambles. Lucid going to be the first one to fall in the fight, as Beryl's trying to get out, and Viper! He pulls back the feathers. He doesn't quite have the damage, though. Everyone on DK, apart from the jungle, is going to fall, and then the other lover duo is, the other of the lovers duo is going to fall, as Beryl was just standing on top of a feather he wasn't supposed to be standing on. Prime position, it has only equated to 700 gold, and it's all Showmaker's fault.
That's what I'm saying, right? Showmaker is really doing his best to
he still has a lead,
looking okay.
And Zeka is on 2-0-1, and even on farm. She is in a whole host of trouble. It was an attempted bait, but she was just dead.
Oh, and they spotted Lucid.
Too long, though. So he is going to be able to make his way up. The problem is, the 1-3-1 that I was talking about being great for DK is being executed by HLE way better in this mid-game.
Always have a man advantage. That's where the comp shines. Just haven't been able to do so. And who can you actually pick out? Like, who can you pick off here? Who can you just throw all your CC on and then take them down? And I think the answer, unfortunately, is...
It sort of has to be the same person multiple times.
Yeah.
Is what it has to be. Or you catch Zeka before he separates his soul from his body.
Yeah, that's also going to be the second Ocean Drake going over. And for Hanwha, I don't think an Ocean Drake is too much value for DK. Guess what? For Hanwha...
Oh, yeah.
That is going to be feeling great. This is another testament as maybe this is the collapse we've been waiting for. They're definitely looking for it as...
Yeah, there's the Destiny, and that's one way to find Viper. Does get the cleanse out as Peanut taking a fair bit of damage, but don't be baited. Yeah.
Oh,
and comes Zeus.
Otacon is up. Veganar is looking for them.
Can we find the angle? Look at this Narbar. It is absolutely gorgeous. There's no Featherstone. Pulls 2 of them back, but there are 2 tanks. And Viper is free hitting. Already, Beryl goes down. And Zeka, he finds the ulti. Gets on top of Showmaker. Aiming is free hitting, but is it going to be enough? That's the question. Is Showmaker just limping his way out of the fight and is not enough? Otacon, they're just going to do it as sort of a stepping stone after winning that 5v5. HLE getting everything on the map today.
And game number 1 is looking dire for DK.
And right now,
they did miss their shot.
They did.
Yeah.
And HLE now for the next minute and a bit will be able to just push with impunity up until the Baron is going to spawn. 3 minutes time before that one does come back up.
Okay.
Before that, we will have a Ocean Drake as well for Soul Point for HLE. Xiu with an Arbar in a decent position. DK can they orchestrate a fight better this time around as Lucid looking for an angle? There are the Brambles, though, as HLE take matters into their own hands. The ulti from downtown from Zeka, that gets rid of his opposite number. Beryl finds nothing with his grand entrance, and HLE, they're still pushing forward. The depth charge, too strong, as Zeus is going all out and all in to the enemy base. The knockups are everywhere, as Lucid gonna be the second one for Peanut to take down. And HLE, I think they kind of wanted to die for the free trip back home, but they don't even get that because they are too far ahead. First inhibitor of the game going to be falling here as HLE 10-2. This is a shellacking in game one.
We should have known when we saw Peanut getting invaded early. That's never the way.
He's been amazing. Xayah as well. I'm never really that enthused by a Xayah pickup. It felt like it was very early. It felt a bit forced in the draft as well.
You know, we need...
Yeah, we
need a bunch of those.
Yeah. This is give up the Drake so that you can steal Elder and steal Baron, one after the other, somehow. As Showmaker has discovered Zeka, whose soul is Rebound. He tries to ult his way out, but that is Showmaker finding a red card on him. And Zeus is teleported in. They're not going to kill him.
That's
but
the play.
Viper is going to take the base.
Man, if they did it 10 minutes earlier, it would have been great.
It would have.
That was the play right there. That's the combo.
Yep.
That's the dream, Atlas.
Well, they've figured it out for game 2.
Okay.
Just want to do it.
So if you want this game to continue, Showmaker needs to not die, which...
Well, he's going to be flashing. Takes a Maokai with him here and is just punched back towards Viper, who slices him up with these feathers. The Brambles come on past, and that is Beryl that's being picked off as well. Oh man, Peanut is just taken full control of this game. He presses Twisted Advance, and people die. That is how it goes. Zeus now buying the time of 3 members of DK, the only ones that are left on the map. And Baron, like you say, is just going to be taken out. They'll take a Constellation Cassante for it, maybe.
Right.
Unless he's just going to go all out and kill all of them as he flashes away. In goes aiming, finds a killer instinct. There, it's about time. They manage to get their prize, but so does HLE. As the purple worm goes down and up. Throwing out some Cathian rain towards Peanut here, who just kind of shrugs. HLE looking for the last remaining inhibitor turret. They do manage to take that. All the inhibitors back up and available now, though. But Hook is going to engage this fight. Lucid, the first one to be taken as they try to dive in. But Zeus just mitigates everything. The quickness doing nothing at all. The ulti straight on top of aiming. Zeka doesn't miss those, and he's now looking for even more as, oh my goodness, it was 3 hits and Showmaker was on the ground. Nexus turret's gonna follow him. 17-4 as HLE will tear DK to shreds on their onslaught of these playoffs.
Oh my god, Hanwha Life have just been on point with these drafts. The one issue that their comp has is I think the engage is fully relying on Zeus, but that is one of the best top laners in the world.
Puts up his shield and tries his very best to be okay. Lucid now in position to try and answer this as he takes the first one. Okay, able to spin around a bit, but there is the heroic entrance. Grand Starfall coming on through as Lucid avoids the knockup, but that is going to leave his Pantheon alone. And Lucid cannot actually help out here as Zeus gets over the wall. The door is given to Zeus as Peanut dives on forward, and that is first blood, and in quick succession, the second one as well. As the Winds of War coming on through here, Shiu gets taunted up. They take down the Lilia, but Shiu's at least able to answer one of them, but that's feats of strength already.
The one upside here is that with the light roaming over, we do have aiming, getting finally some plates, some time alone here. Still level 4. Will hit 6 off of the next minion. I don't know if that alone is enough. Showmaker does have his ultimate available.
Hit 6 or hit the floor as, yeah, Peanut does throw down the ulti just to make sure that he's all right. Grand Starfall there from Showmaker as well, but Beryl is just going to take the kitchen sink and then is going to be able to stand beside his teammates.
Sure, he's
try to be okay. As, yeah, you can see that Zeus is still trying to go home. Oh, man, it could be nap time. There he goes. They push in the minion wave. There's the ulti coming out from Shiu as Hextech Ultimatum comes on through. He gets the shield. The flash forward. He flashes away. Shiu tanks up the turret, trying to keep Lucid alive, and it will work. But, man, that looked way more difficult than it had any right to be.
Notoriously hard to dive Camille because of the fact that she can use her ult to offset. So they play the first part well, where they go for the bubble, they ensure that Zeus just can't cancel the sleep by ulting on top of Shiu.
Yet another stack of grubs, as we have Lilia moving up, but HLE just have so much power at this stage of the game.
He does have Blade done now, that's a big spike. They have to go. They can't.
Well, he's teleporting in. They're going to see what they can get done here. As 3 grubs goes over to HLE, and the dregs will be collected here by DK. This time around, though, it is going to be 3 for 3, and so no Void Mites and things to worry about there, as 5 grubs in the last game was a big deal. And this is, like, I feel like HLE have not taken anything that they didn't make for themselves, right? Like, they create the space and then Peanuts on the dragon. They're not going too far.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought what you were saying is that all their advantages are made, not given, and I'm like, we did just watch Barrel.
No. I'm just saying that they don't...
We just watch Barrel do the same thing, right?
Yeah. Okay, they don't go further than they should.
Then they have to. Yeah. If these fights are going to have... Oh, Showmaker.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know.
I'm a little frightened as he does try to flash out of the way. The taunt is still going to land as the hookshot did come through to hold him in position. He does have the shield to give them as the turret's going to try and help him out. But now, both of them getting a little bit sleepy. Xiu making his way into Zeus. Should be the first target. Zeka goes down as well, tries to heroically exit, and he does so! The Justice Punch feels like it has no justice at all as Beryl gives them the door, and Xiu tries to slash up Delight. Not able to actually grab that kill though, and maybe they've overstepped as Xiu gets a shield back and he dives on forward. What? CLC! This young man is insane! And Zeka will be taken down for the double for aiming, and maybe it's the young rookie that can take DK to a Game 2 win.
Much sustained for Xiu, who already, as we saw in the previous fight.
Like Riftmaker Lilia as well. I feel like that would be pretty
and even
disgusting.
just the healing you get on the Q, right?
Yeah.
We do need to, Xiu does need to make sure he can't die. That is a very important matter here. But, you know, turret going down,
turrets,
who cares? Outer turret already went down in the bot side, so it's not like this matters for the Sandals. Aiming also now hitting the 2-item spike. Do think that the Varus from here on out just gets stronger and stronger if he gets to play the game. Which again is going to be a bit of a rough one into things like Camille and Xin Zhao.
Yep.
As we have a trap lady. Doesn't have his third item just yet.
Yeah.
As they're just starting it up again, and this time around...
I mean, there's a lot of DPS up here towards the top side of the map.
Yeah, they're putting him in an awkward position.
Yeah. Look at this, aiming just that Rage Blade, getting that work done. Peanut going to try and come in. You can see Beryl, he's just giving them the door. Bear's trying to get in, and now Peanut almost close enough, but it's aiming that locks it down. Peanut now realizing that he just has to get out as the 2-man taunt comes through, but everyone's getting sleepy. Xiu, can you stay alive? And the answer is it doesn't matter, because he takes the quick way out, and Lucid will send them all to nap time. Delight going to be falling down next, and it's Peanut that's left on the floor, and anyone that was doubting DK, and yes, I'm pointing towards myself, I think now we have a series starting to form on our hands.
Play is coming up, and I imagine that's going to be soul point here for DK.
And over 3,000 gold, now the lead for DK as well, especially when you put 5 points in queue as early as possible. Showmaker is going to discover Peanut, and Peanut is going to blast cone himself the wrong direction, straight into all of the bad guys. Does get the red buff though, as now he's just trying to knock people up, get over some walls, and aiming shoots him in the back of the head.
Yeah, we haven't seen this specific, but this too is Peanut. Zeus.
Yeah, Viper going to be making his way in.
The poke is the big thing here.
4 people here for DK.
No
so the teleport's coming through from absolutely everyone. As Xiu just dives on top of Viper, finds that public execution. And HLE, they've realized now that they just have to get out of there. Chains of Corruption goes wide, but that doesn't matter. Delight is just dead. Zeka is off on the other side. He tries to get out once more, but this time he's executed. It's Showmaker with a double kill, and that should be a Baron once again for DK. They move back to the pit. They'll be able to take it this time. And it's shellackings after shellackings here in this series, as DK have really taken the bull by the horns. Peanut looking to try and make his way and do something heroic, as Beryl zoning once more. They get the control ward over, as Peanut has an idea of this health bar.
He hit the W.
The audacious charge will get him in there. He's and this Baron is going down real low. 5 health, and Peanut steals it. He tries to get some kills off the back end. He'll go down, but he grabs the purple worm on his way out.
5 health! That's the other shade of Peanut! Just a well-timed escape there from Zeka. But okay.
Viper's dead again.
Yeah, we did get the smite steal. Oh, how he died. I guess I see Beryl flash, so maybe it was the H-Brom?
It looked like it was Xiu, but Xiu's ultimate's still available, so it wasn't that. We'll have to play a little mini game of Cluedo and maybe get the answers with a replay. Incredible play on the top side of the map. As let's see whether Zeka can find the angle. Doesn't get the taunt in time there as the Winds of War come in, but the fight is broken up. Zeka going to need to ult his way in. He gets on top of Peanut, finds a couple with the knockups, is aiming, going down incredibly low. He's down, but can they actually get any of the follow-up kills? The Shiu's taken out his opposite number. He is just running amok in this backline, but it's Viper's that's able to lock him down. Zeka going to fall as well, as it's a 2v2 in the end. And it's Lucid and Showmaker. Oh no! The lilting lullaby is still there from this Lilia. And Viper is doing his very best, but watch out! Eep, here comes the Lilia. And Lucid's able to shut him down with the help of Showmaker and some of these big old sticks. DK, they will be able to take the Soul now. As DK started up, Grand Starfall available for Showmaker as Shiu towards that top side, and HLE have identified that. That's going to be their target as the public execution to try and bring Shiu back towards the rest of his teammates. And here's the Grand Starfall. Aiming, going to be grabbing the first kill in the fight, and Shiu is still alive, ladies and gentlemen, still dashing forward as Zeus not so lucky. Showmaker puts himself in front of his teammates, and Zeka, nothing he can do to stop the onslaught. Only one dead just yet, but the rest of DK still looking for more, and the health bars are slowly disintegrating. Zeka goes golden, he tries to be the hero, but Aiming has that DPS, and DK, they lose no one and wipe the fight.
7.2k damage from Viper, but that's Camtech value, baby! All below 50, no one goes down, and that should be DK bringing us to 1-1. Again, Hanwha Life team fighting kind of out of this world. The fact that it's even close, testament to their resilience, but I think DK are about to bring us to a tied series, Atlas. Have you checked your hands lately?
Oh, I did. Remember, I checked before and it was starting to appear, but game really is written all over them at this point. The font is getting too large for it to even be readable as the first Nexus turret is taking its hits.
Wait, they can't end.
Yeah, DK are just going to have to back away, I think, as they haven't taken the Baron. Oh dear, that is going to be the pickoff though, as Delight going to be taken down.
Viper and Zeka are coming up. They have to leave. They can definitely take Nash.
Remember what happened when we had another team that also did this? Is okay, Peanut going to be taking half of his health bar. Zeus looking for an angle. Shiu trying to get him out of here. Look at these health bars. They're so over. Peanut going to be the first one to go down. And the value of the Camtech Soul, ladies and gentlemen, is absurd. As is that taunt into the backline. But unfortunately, 10,000 gold is a hell of a lot of gold. As there's the Camtech value being represented by Hawks right there. I love that it's a bit out of, like his face is a bit out of focus. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a bit suspicious as the next Nexus turret goes down. The Nexus to follow, and DK, they're going to be rewarded for not taking Baron and taking the Nexus instead. That's going to be a rise, and so very short range, but so much DPS from this composition.
Yeah, my man has really been watching LPL. I mean, I'm pretty sure he did a shout-out as well, because Doingbu also was the one that I'm pretty sure that's the Pantheon tank game I saw. Yeah. So big reason is... Was it Lahens that just did this as well, this exact thing?
Peanut's just lit on fire. He's just dead, guys.
Just dead.
He's just dead. Beryl is the better jungler.
He thought that he did not have the damage. And look at Beryl's face! That's bad!
He's just having a bit of a chuckle at it, gives him the double thumbs up. And that was before he did the double thumbs up.
Oh,
Beryl is just hunting.
He's dead.
Wait.
He's just dead.
Yeah, okay, maybe he is just dead and Peanut gets...
He's still cackling! I can see it!
Lucid's cackling as well, like, what is this?
Oh no.
What did he mean by this?
You know, in game number 1, what really was the thing where I think we disliked most was how muted DK looks.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah, we're just going to get... Lucid was coming down. But yeah, I think it had a lot to do with the fact that there was a Leo in there.
As, they should be looking to... Oh, 1 health!
All right, yeah, Peanut going to be able to grab that one as... Never mind, he's dead! Well, I mean, they still managed to get the grub, so there is that, but... That Realm Warp, that is so much better than the first Destiny that Showmaker threw out in game 1.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
In game number 1, we had 0 impactful Destinies. First Realm Warp, or... Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay, the light should be here in time.
And also, Viper is able to clear out the wave, so they have to wait for another one to conga line in.
Does is also kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But because of the rest of the composition of DK, even as good as the scaling on both Zeri and Ryze is, I think the execution is always going to be a bit finicky, as there we go again.
Here's another realm warp, as they don't manage to get on top of Delight, but they don't need to because they barbecue the ground underneath him. And then it's Lucid's turn to be a Leona.
As we do have both Lucid and Peanut waiting. Peanut has Banana Brush control, no level 6 for Beryl just yet. He might be in trouble.
Captive Audience coming on in there as there's the stun. Aiming, throws down the ulti as Viper. Remember, no flash. Can't get out of there. Beryl is really dead, but is Delight going to die? And the answer is yes, as Lucid takes the last bullet there from the curtain call. A 1-for-1 in the end. Both of the supports now on the ground. As Shiu, 2 seconds until the equalizer is back up and available. And HLE, they know it.
As is Delight. Ultimate's not
Level
available
5
for anyone at this point. We are Oblus Atlas.
Yeah, HLE, they do manage to secure one of these grubs. See whether DK can collect one themselves. Deny those feats of strength as Delight looking for his way in. Gets that control ward down. Vision advantage here for HLE. As DK are all stacked up, these health bars are going down too low. So HLE, they will be able to get 4 grubs. And that is a big win for them because they also get the feat of strength. That is going to even things out as far as the race to objectives are concerned. I had to dig very deep. You can look him up. He's actually a phenomenal Recorder player.
Wow,
if you ever thought that Recorder was only ever to play Titanic badly, I tell you what,
that is actually what I thought, and I imagine a lot of chat as well.
You have to. At that point in time, him dying would have been a big deal. Trying to get some shock blast damage, going to be blocked so that cannon does not go over to Zeus. And first turret was already picked up, actually. So never mind. We don't have the feats of strength yet.
On the Dragon coming in. They want to set up Soul Point. Another situation where I think the last game was better for Chemtech than this one will be. I think it's really just Lucid that benefits.
Yeah, Viego does benefit a lot, but also Ryze, as he's flashing forward, speaking of Ryze. Beryl's also flashing in. Zeus not going to be able to go to the skies unless with the help of Beryl, as he does slam him back into the wall. But now Zeka turns up Shiu with a better equalizer this time. Beryl goes down, but at what cost, Hanwha Life Esports? As there's the curtain call, but it's just not doing, never mind. Oh, hold that thought as he takes down the Ryze, but it's still a 3-for-2 trade in favor of DK. Space, Zeka down towards his bottom side of the map as well.
Start it up. Do they still have the tools, though? Everything's available here for Hanwha Life. TP comes in, Beryl!
Yeah, it's just the equalizer that is down as they get rid of the jungler, and now they can burst this dragon. Feats of strength, soul point, but now the battle has started. Zeka going down incredibly low as both supports hit the deck. And never mind, Zeka's actually at full health as Showmaker's the one that's almost dead. And it's in fact the Aurora picking up a double in the fight. But it is still feats of strength over to DK. Soul point for them as well.
Benefit of that earlier charge they got on the Herald will be going down, and that's one thing where Hanwha Life have been really strong this game is their
Vampiric Scepter. If he finishes Bloodthirster, I feel like he's going to be so hard to kill.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about the Zeri as much yet, but that is one of the reasons why I feel like the team fights later are gonna get really hard, is who locks down aiming?
Yeah, I mean, and you can, but then he cleanses.
In the end there.
Well, Viper going to pick up a red buff and then move on up towards the Otacon as well. As you can see, HLE with full vision control of the area. Shadow Flame, like you were talking about, is going to be done as there's the curtain call. Beryl taking a lot of damage. That was a really cute attempted solar flare to catch a flash, but Beryl not flashing, just dying. Well, HLE really feeling like this is a tempo swing they can work with.
Yeah, I think that they're going to set up mostly, I don't think they're actually going to be intending to do, but that is Denial of Soul and, do note, aiming, both sums used. Right? That is Flash and Cleanse now gone on the Zeri, and that for these long-range setups, making it so easy for the Lights to follow up. And a Showmaker, Zeka!
Oh dear, Zeka going to get flashed on here, but he does manage to get into stealth, so he's not going to get rune prisoned. As he now actually turns it to look for an engage on Dashi, who flashes out of the way. The equalizer goes down, Zeka taking a lot of damage, but down goes the Rumble. And DK, I don't think they're going to be able to get anything done. Beryl is caught out of position yet again and executed. And Showmaker, we mentioned his amount of dashes is relatively low. He's trying to take someone with him, and it does not work. HLE, they just turn on a dime and do exactly what they need to win the fight.
And that root needed to hit. Showmaker investing his flashes.
Oh no, Lucid looking for the pickup. They do manage to get the first kill as aiming is still deadly.
That's
in
one.
this fight. He takes over looking for Viper. He takes him down. It's the double as Zeus is already dead, making a triple kill as Lucid says, buddy, we got this. And aiming gets over the wall. The extended beam not enough. And now Lucid turns up Zeka. Nowhere to go. That's the ace. And that's the DK we wanted in this series.
Oh my god! I just turn it around on a dime!
What is it? So this time she dies at the very beginning.
It's what sets up the play.
And look at the pings were immediately, as soon as Showmaker started doing so much of that machine gun damage. This is the crux of the composition as well. Showmaker playing Chile from the death chamber, but man, win this game, it's yet another one that's now got the match point as Glacial Prison comes on through. It's not over yet, but Showmaker, he breaks his arm guard, they get rid of the Aurora, and now it's the Realm Walk to start this one off as aiming is right in amongst it. He explodes and the Zap AoE is gigantic. The Winter's Wrath from Lucid not doing too much, but he's already stolen away the dead Sejuani, and aiming is skating into the enemy base. I have a feeling I know where this game's going.
They have too much power!
Aiming, the damage done by Showmaker that ends up setting this up, and 20 more seconds on this. Yeah, DK, they're gonna keep on fighting.
They certainly are, as the equalizer comes down in exactly the same spot yet again. They've managed to catch out the Aurora on the side of the play, and the rest of HLE, nothing. They can do the Realm Warp just to block off the escape, and Viper, there's nowhere he can go. Another explosion, and aiming claims 2, as now Peanut, oh, it's a bit of a drive-by there. That was very 2,000 gold is gonna be picked up.
It timed out!
Yeah, we're gonna call that a whoopsie. We're gonna call that a whoopsie. As does that? No, it won't cost them the dragon.
I don't think it should.
As now Peanut and Zeus will see whether they can actually defend here as Showmaker looking for a Rune Prison onto the Jason. Does manage to get it there, smashed into the wall and taken down. It will be the inner turret, and in the meantime, Lucid will be able to secure that dragon. So an aiming moment, but he was 8-0-8. But if HLE managed to win here, we might be denied it. We will see. Sorry, if DK managed to win here, we might be denied it, as Showmaker is going to get jumped on by both Peanut and Zeus and just flashes away. That's going to be enough. And of course has Phase Rush, so once he does get a few abilities off, he is absolutely rocking out of there. Still, that is going to be some bounty gold as the outer turret falls. Can catch anyone who is out of position.
I'm pretty sure that Showmaker can solo Nash at this point. But it looks like DK, they just keep on looking, and I like Hanwha. They're cool. They're not...
oh dear! There's a heroic charge. They managed to... Oh no! Delight able to flash away. He buys a fair bit of time. But the Keeper's Verdict comes down, and Zeka is forced out of there. Another equalizer is... I mean, it did some damage to Zeka.
Did it really?
I mean, it did... It did some, okay, objectively it did do some damage to Zeka, so we're just going to go with that.
You're technically correct.
Yes. She is now just going to say, well, if I can't land my ultimate, I'm going to flash on top of this Jhin. Thanks, Showmaker, who's able to finish him off there, finding all of these Qs. Lucid now just resetting his way around the fight as Zeus cannot do it alone. 4 lying on the floor in an instant, and DK, they can decide to win the game if they'd like to, or they could go boar hunting. And that is what Beryl's going to do. He starts the game doing it. He's going to end the game doing it as well. As the rest of DK going to march down the mid lane. I don't know whether he wins the 1v1 anymore.
Oh, he definitely doesn't, no.
But he might be able to escape. As you can see, Showmaker teleported to the mid lane, and Beryl is stopping the backs, as they say.
He watched the T1 series, and he knows that you don't want to let Peanut get to the wave.
Yeah. And Peanut was the one having fun with Goshik, if you remember, with the dancing around the dragon pit on the as the Udyr and the Nidalee. Very, very cute. He's now in another one of these stories as he's just stuck in Poppy Purgatory on the top side of the map. And that is all the while his Nexus is being destroyed. Beryl is also winning the fight once more as Chemtech Soul, ladies and gentlemen, still he's denied as the Nexus falls down. Match point for Dplus KIA.
If you have like a fat Silas on the enemy team or an Aatrox that was able to get ahead, you still don't get to really play the game. The one thing that I do think that is a really big benefit for DK is that I feel like Victor is going to be so hard to deal with later in the game. Because the engage for Hanwha is just Ash Arrow from the beginning, but I think a lot of this comes down to play. Plus Viper and Delight actually doing a good job, and aiming really not having a great start thus far, right? Like the clan's getting forced level 1, and then also getting bullied out by Aatrox.
And it's a 500 gold lead even more than that with the plates coming on in and double the CS. And Zeus is looking to just dive. He has level 6, Zeka moving on in as well. As yeah, the Drake goes down, but that's not going to be enough as aiming. Remember, no flash, no cleanse, no way out as Beryl is doing his best to try and block, and it works! As the rockets are stolen and they're eaten by the Shen. He does have his dash cannon incoming. Peanut is looking for 6 grubs and should be able to get them as well. So DK, I think they're going to lose the first turret feat of strength. And that might be, in fact, happening on this wave right here, as that final grub does go down. 6 now in the back pocket of HLE as Peanut looks to try and help them out, taking down this structure. Now back available. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow is there, and this turret is on its last legs. So that is going to be that first feat of strength going down. HLE also, with those 2 sets of grubs that they picked up, are only 1 objective away from locking it up and grabbing some cool new shoes.
They would have loved to get the grubs, though. With, that cannon in particular.
And denying the grubs, also a big deal when you've got both a Silas and an Aatrox that are pretty happy sitting in a side lane, and, you know, arrows to augment and things like that. As another one. Okay, Ox, this is starting to get a little bit suspicious.
We got, what, we got 1 Ocean and the rest were all Chemtech?
Yeah.
On someone. And there are reinforcements waiting in the wings.
Oh, flash in from Beryl. They look for Peanut, who might have been overextended, but the hostile takeover is there. Lands on a 3. First blood goes to Peanut to secure another kill for HLE. And first, it's just crazy that it's this late into the game, and then all of a sudden it's feats of strength. HLE killed 3 in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. The problem is that because you don't have vision and Hanwha Life do, they kind of get to decide. Life just kind of takes everything. Peanut is farming up a storm, got an early kill, and getting a tons of plates. And for DK, it really is going to be reliant on finding backline axes without Renata being there. That's kind of your win con, right? Like Showmaker eventually will do a lot of damage in team fights, but that.
And they do have that buffer. So there's that.
As Beryl.
Oh, okay. Zeka is just going to find him as he makes his way in. The Shadow Dash taunt does come on through, and the arrow is so gorgeously placed from Viper. Handshake just to set it up, and cool guys like Delight do not look at explosions, as Beryl is going to go down yet again. The Mega Blast Cone will bring HLE over towards their prize in the form of this dragon. And DK just have to look on and watch as that objective is taken down. HLE, cool, calm, and collected here in Game 4. And DK, I think they're going to have to order another one of those miracle plays. They've had a few of them, and Lucid is now just going to look for a steal, and he gets it. There's a spell shield at the same time. He's really dead, guys, but he got what he came for, and that was the Chemtech Drake and soul point for DK.
It's like, guys, I'm going to send it and die.
Well, Beryl's also going to find a taunt onto Peanut.
Renata is nearby. Good call.
So Shelly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, everyone's getting very angry. And Peanut, like you say, those spears really do hurt. Beryl is, yeah, he is dead. Zeus going to flash for it, picks it up with the 3rd Q, really nicely done. As Zeka finds a slicing Maelstrom.
All right, I got the game plan for DK.
All right, what is it?
Do nothing for 15. No, sorry, now it's 20 minutes.
What about do nothing for 4 minutes and then Lucid? Oh, okay. Shiu's going to look for some stuns onto Zeka here. Is aiming, trying to lay down the DPS. Shiu is dead. And aiming doesn't do the DPS.
Beryl even ulted, trying to keep Shiu alive and extend the play.
I think it saved Beryl's life that Shiu died.
Yeah, I do think DK are having a difficulty with the
arrow
not actually doing anything.
Okay, that's a nice spell shield there from Lucid. He could have just been straight up dead with the damage that we've seen from some of these spears. Zeka looking for a chain lash, and that is a dead in a turret.
Now, I don't think it's a good plan, but I do think it's your only plan. Because, yeah, you know, we often talk about, well, Nidalee doesn't matter, right? When you're this far ahead.
Well, this is the scaling you get from Nidalee, and that is making sure that your opposition is really far behind. As Zeka could be in trouble here. So he has to flash away. Aiming is flashing for it. Yeah, they're looking for the opportunity. Is the death rate not enough? And the heal. This is what Peanut does, by the way. Better than any other Nidalee.
Oh, no.
And that is place Soraka. As aiming, he's going to get punished for the sins here. The over-aggression. And he's put down by Zeus's famous Aatrox. I also just can't believe that Peanut has been this consistently clean on Nidalee all year. As the arrow. I do like it. You know, we didn't have much more to watch because the Arakan was just being taken for free.
Oh, it's gone. Yeah. The real question now becomes for DK, can they hold on to their inhibitors?
2021, he's been pretty good at 5 gamers as well.
And for DK, they lost both their final year, you know, tournament runs with MSI, as well as Worlds to 5th games, RNG and EDG respectively.
Yep.
As this Dragon, I don't think is going to be contested.
Yep. And yeah, Zeka hasn't lost one since 2022. So pretty good at it. Still hasn't got there just yet, as Paranoia has been used by someone. And yeah, it's in fact Zeka who is now just going to dive on top of Beryl, and Beryl is going to taunt him over, aiming really undecided as to whether he wants to do this again, and he says no, I'd prefer not to, as Lucid is going to block the hijack. Very nicely done with the spell shield. No Paranoia for you this time around.
No, he already...
Oh, was that a change? Never mind. Yeah, it looks confusingly similar. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, because that's how he got out. He paranoid.
Yeah, he had to, and then that would have definitely been on cooldown, Chronically. You're exactly right.
That's fine. You're good.
That's why we keep you around. That and the excellent predictions.
Cyprio, combined with Peanut's early pressure.
And they're doing their best as that's a 2-man taunt. Okay, the kitchen sink being thrown at HLE. The last-ditch effort from DK. They're able to take down the support. But Zeus gets into that backline, disrupts what DK were trying to do. And Viper just wanders away. So that's what they're going to get for it.
What do you mean, no? That's your option.
You're not allowed to postpone. Well, actually, and I think I postponed mine as well. Okay, well, as that time, he's able to steal it away. That was nicely done. Zeka going to have his hijack now on cooldown. Let's see whether DK...
Beryl doesn't have flash this time around.
Can defend yet again. This time towards the top side of the map. The volleys are just doing a lot of damage. Redemption there to keep them in the fight even longer. And they are going to break the flow. They're going to take down this inhibitor turret. Yeah, the bottom lane's also under fire. Zeus was getting to work down there as well. Xiu just struggling to hold on.
It's good. Just don't flip it.
Yeah.
Just don't give them the opportunity. Just take them down. Now 2 inhibs are down. They're going to have to deal with these side waves. You need to make sure that they don't know there's a plot twist.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I
was about to like talk about plot twists, but I just feel like that would be completely against exactly what you were saying.
Yeah.
The question is, do we have a torpedo called Nocturne?
They don't have more Shriers.
Well, Beryl is looking to try and get into the pit.
They're not flipping!
You'll have to see it.
Yep, they get off. There's the arrow. It's going to connect, and the Shen is just dead. The takedown, named correctly here by Peanut, by as much time as they possibly can. The problem is, there's only 3 turrets left on the map here for DK, and with these Baroned up minions, I don't know whether they're going to be able to defend for long. Peanut was playing, actually.
Yeah. I know Kenya was playing Italy.
Oh no, Peanut was playing Hecarim. Peanut was playing Hecarim in that game.
I mean, you would remember better than I would.
I'm pretty sure it was a weird Hecarim angle. It's okay, we're gonna pull the trigger as Lucid dives in, looks for the fear now as they get forward. There's one of those taunts you were looking for, but Viper gets bailed out, never mind. They manage to secure the kill. The problem is there are more carries left over. Zeus doing what he can.
Oh, look at
as this Chaos Storm is gigantic. Zeus, can he do it? He finds one, but Zeka is looking to finish the game. The teleport to get on top, but Zeka is looking to take down the Nexus. Showmaker, can you kill him in time? He's so incredibly tanky. It's down halfway, and there's the flash over, and now he's looking to try and take down Showmaker as well, as there's the final hit, and Silver Scrapes is queued up by Zeka with the backdoor. Oh, the Redemption Rush Olaf jungle. I think Peanut was the first one to do it in the LCK, actually.
Yeah, that's the Tarzan special.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it was Kanavi over in the LPL.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
it was,
sorry.
And then Tarzan started it in the LCK.
Is great for that, as this is a Gragas who should be hard to dive here. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, there's the body slam on cooldown though, as the counter-strike comes in. Xiu going to flash. The Ignite is ticking, and Peanut...
Is that...
Yeah, okay, he's just going to die. So a 1-for-1, and a teleport is available in 8 seconds' time. Maybe not worth here.
It was the full feat, which I think we're all happy that it no longer is.
Yeah, needing to get a few extra kills.
And now Zeus still looking for a lane to call home. Showmaker this too is
yeah, there's Beryl with the pulverized flash, and the charm goes wide. Lucid's able to pick up the kill, and that is a second one for DK.
Showmaker wasn't in great form. Lucid wasn't as consistent of a carry, but particularly...
But Lucid was also playing too much Sejuani and things like this. I feel like they didn't realize that this was actually fine.
Did.
Yeah, well, we did. We were yelling at the TV a lot.
A lot. Which I'm sure had gotten old, but this, thus far, anything you can get done with Wukong pre-6, you can be feeling amazing. Like a kill, getting grubs as well. Champion doesn't really come online before you hit level 6. That's Dragon as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's another objective going over, and I think Viper has one of the hardest games to play here, because he needs to have a big impact, I think, for this comp to really work, as Shiu is just...
sometimes
he has a good amount of CDR. The DK, and I do think that this is one of the scenarios where DK is like, very happy for this to go to late.
And they also, they have an incredible split push composition as well. Like, the slipperiness of a Kled is pretty absurd, as Shiu's going to face check. Zeka finds the charm, obviously. See whether Shiu's surviving for a very long time, finds a body slam, but no one else is there. We're just going to be taking grubs. And so 5 grubs have now been taken here by DK. Probably okay with that, as Lucid, he's held on to the smite. And Peanut, he doesn't have his. And so it's just Lucid with 6 grubs. They'll take the feat of strength as well. It is 2-2 as far as kills. Beryl. Does have Showmaker alongside, as Lucid's still on the Dragon. They're playing keep away.
They don't have that much damage, but it's a timing from DK is great. I think they're just fine.
And Showmaker is still in this pit. He does need to flash if he wants to exit. Unless he just wanders around and tries to avoid things. Hex Tech Soul? That is crazy. Bear Trap on the rope is going to land on the Peanut, but he still has to flash out of the pit. Needs to stay in it alongside the rest of them. And we'll see whether Beryl, on his Game 5 Alistair, can make these big plays. Right now, he's going to get a Pulverize off, looking for a headbutt, delivers Delight back, but there's the Magnus Storm, and it's Beryl that's in trouble. The Unbreakable Will is going to keep him up, but there's the charge! As Viper will just flash. And so the charge didn't necessarily need as much volume as that, but that's fine.
I have to...
Beryl is going in again at about 0 health, and now it's Shiu's turn! The Bear Trap on a rope pulls back Zeka, and they manage to nail the pick. That is going to be feats of strength as well, as a whole bunch of buttons fly to the wayside as Peanut leaps away. DK, that's enough.
He is not nervous.
Absolutely not. There's the bullet time. Headbutt pole. Viper punished in an instant. Beryl is going to go down, but you know what? That's his favorite thing to do. As Peanut's going to flash out of the way. She is still on the hunt, though.
He's going to go Rocket Belt and Electrocute Alistair.
Let him cook.
I've seen a bit of this in solo queue as well. I just didn't expect it to actually make it, but that was a great fight from DK. But the actual trade, not that big a deal. They don't get mid lane turret. A lot of cooldowns were used there for DK, and Zaze wasn't in that fight. So, as is the charge going to come through?
Extraordinarily low. They get the control ward. He's into the pit, but he's not going to be able to steal away the Dragon. There's the bullet time. Is Shiu. He manages to find Viper in the backline. It's gorgeous yet again from DK. But look at this Olaf. He's going completely ballistic, but unfortunately not ballistic enough as Beryl. He's got an Unbreakable Will. He zones away 3. And DK, despite losing the Drake, they win out on the fight.
Wouldn't have been great. But with the Herald being there, absolutely fine. They get the charge on mid. That's 2 turrets. And even though they didn't get the soul point,
and
DK,
that's 6 grub value as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And now with mid lane turret gone, those outer turrets are sure to fall soon as well. So Hanwha Life, again, stave off a worse fate. I don't think Peanut will, though. I think his fate is unfortunately sealed.
Just a little bit. That might also be more money over to aiming as well as this
support ult from Shiu!
This is ridiculous as Showmaker gets in there, and Skull just runs away. And so the Kled is just fine with using his own decoy.
Yeah, look at my reflexes. That was great. And then just walks back into the brush and just gets shot for 20% of his life.
As this Hex Tech Dragon is going down. Yeah, Showmaker on a bit of a flank angle has the charge, remember. Does want to use that to allow his teammates to enter as well, as Peanut going to leap strike his way out. Otacon's mad at the same time.
There it is.
All right, let's see whether this Olaf This can find an angle, he gets in a little bit late, but now Peanut, can you steal away this dragon? That is the question, make it 2 apiece, as there is so much damage down onto HLE already. The dragon down to 2,000, but the team fight could be the problem, as Showmaker is throwing everyone around. The dragon goes over to DK, there's the rebuttal, and there's the bullet time finally, getting some value. She goes down first. Viper is at full health as now they're diving forward. They take down the Olaf. Is that going to be enough though? That's the question, as Peanut fighting against Showmaker, and Showmaker just finds his doggo once again. Climbs on top and takes down the Jax. Zeka now with a couple of charges left, but with 2 left remaining on both sides of the rift, it's the dragon that turns the fight. We need to get the rebuttal. We need to make sure that Beryl isn't in range. Does she have the cask available? Because if it's yes to any of those things, as there is the bullet time now. Okay, rebuttal does come on through, throws back a few buttons. It's now Peanut. He jumps on top of the Wukong. Beryl going to be taken down as well, as it's now Peanut's turn to go nuts. Zeus will turn up, but Showmaker just gets himself out. Shiu finds a 2-man with the body slam, slows them all down. But the fancy footwork comes on in. He's trying to slow Peanut. This guy is so nimble. It is just nutty. Not quite nimble enough though, and now Showmaker could be the one in trouble. Aiming getting on in there, he's got a few buttons available, but now Showmaker, I think, is just going to be lying on the floor. There it goes, and HLE! They finally strike back, as Aiming is still alive, yes. And now he's hex skating the wrong direction. It's still just going to be Otacon over to HLE.
Just as I was about to say, the key thing is the gold isn't that big. It was only a 2k gold lead. DK overplayed our hand, tried to go in on the lights, and Viper is waiting at the ready.
And this, maybe that's what they need to find.
To do it, but not this time around.
Well, we're coming back in, as this time, Viper is going to be knocked towards the sky. There's the Cyclone. They're both sent home without really getting too much, as the charm into the backline, but Aiming goes golden. It's still Beryl. It's going to be taken down. Now Showmaker gets dismounted. Still doing a fair bit of damage now, trying to get back onto Skull, but doesn't manage to do so. As the cask, that's not going to be able to get him the 200 gold he was looking for.
Now they're going to start up Nash, and it looks like DK is just going to give it to them. There are still a good amount of Otacon buffs available. Free, Zeka, Peanut, Zeus. Obviously, it's a disaster, but now it kind of is too. Now the only thing that DK can look forward towards is wait at this Baron buff. Trust that your composition still gets the job done. Not going to go. Just clear the waves, push out as far as you can, and don't allow Hanwha to further build the goalie, because if Hanwha can find a fight from 3k gold down, that turns it around. You can too, as we've seen this one before.
Yeah, engaging onto Delight certainly can be a bit of a problem here. There's the flash forward from Lucid. They get on top of Viper, who flashes away, but Showmaker is lying in wait. Still, they manage to take down the AD carry, but Lucid is going to die as well, and into the backline goes the Olaf. Aiming is going to go golden, but Olaf just changes his mind. He wants to kill Shiu, and he's going to get him. Down he goes. The Mel's already dead, and this is that critical mass that we were waiting for the Viking. They've got Baron. They've got an ace, and it's game 5 Hanwha Life Esports. They do it every time.
Do not bring this team to 5 games. Do not bring these players to 5 games. Zeus won a finals in 5 games. Zeka won a finals in 5 games.
Viper won a final in 5 games, and this isn't even the final yet. However, it's a 3rd in a row for Hanwha Life Esports, and they'll take it down.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.